Hey YTPC, YouTube. Uh, little housekeeping in my pipe. I got the last smidgens of what was left of the Balkan mixture by Peterson, and the lighter I'm using today is the Old Chief. It's a Zippo insert because it says by Zippo on the insert, but the case itself is not Zippo. It doesn't say anything about it. This came with a set, like a nice eagle feather blade, switchblade looking thing that you open up, and with the lighter. So I use the lighter, and the knife just stays in the drawer. But as you read from the title, me and the first mate, we got a VR for Redcoat'S Return. I love your channel. It's great. You got a lot of nice stuff up there in Switzerland. Love the mountain views. I mean, you talk about God's country, man. I mean, wow, you really have a view. You know, I mean, I like it out here in South Jersey. You know, I get to get out in the woods and kayak and hike and things like that, but nothing like that, view-wise. You know. So the question was UFOs or weirdness. Well, let me tell you, man. We got in South Jersey, we got some weirdness. We even have a magazine dedicated to so much weirdness. All right, it's called Weird New Jersey magazine, and the guys actually that go out and take pictures of all these weird sites, abandoned roads, abandoned houses, ghosts, UFO sightings. They actually have a TV show now on the Travel Channel where they talk about all these things called Paranormal Caught on Camera, and it's a really good show. There's some stuff that's all caught on people's cameras, some weird and unexplainable things. Weird stuff. I mean, ghosts. I mean, actual stuff. You're like, what? Really? And I mean, it freaks me out because a lot of that stuff that you see, it's like, how do you explain that? Bigfoot sightings, all kinds of stuff. The Bigfoot stuff I'm kind of leery about, but the other stuff like the UFO sightings and weird sounds and things like that, it's a really good show. If you guys ever watch the Travel Channel, check it out. But my personal experience with UFOs, I've seen a lot of weird stuff. And most recently, I'll go with the most recent event. It was about a couple months ago. Excuse me, that's something going out. A couple months ago, I was taking my daughters. I left work, and I was taking my daughters to dance class before this whole thing happened. And on the return back to work, I was coming up the Garden State Parkway, and it was just when it was springtime, so it was just when the sun was about to was starting to set, and so it was starting to get like that twilight look up in the sky. And off to my left, I saw it looked like someone had shot up a flare. Okay, but it wasn't a flare because it was coming up like a rocket ship with a flaming tail. It was in the sky, and it was there, and if it was a flare, you'd think a flare comes up and then comes back down. This thing was already in the sky hovering with a flaming fireball, and normally if it was on the opposite end, if it wasn't a flare gun, it was if it was a meteorite, and I've seen them plenty of times, a quick streak and it's done. But it was like a strobing fireball in the middle of the daggone sky off to the left when I'm driving, and it was there, and it got brighter, and then it just disappeared. So that's the weirdest thing that I've seen recently to date. Was that I couldn't explain it. I was trying to go through my mind. When you see something that's unexplainable, you're always like, okay, what could it have been? If it was a flare gun, but then there was no smoke trail coming up. Because a flare comes up, pow, like a firecracker, explodes, and then you'll see smoke trails and it comes back down. Or not even see the smoke trails, you'll just see a pow and then that's it. But this was a strobing fireball. And if it was a meteorite, it was just hovering there. And I'm driving, 65, 70 miles an hour, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck is that? And then, then it either disappeared or I passed it and I couldn't couldn't see it in the sky anymore because I'm trying to drive. Sorry, sorry, I got something in my eye. But yeah, that's that's my experience with some unidentified flying object or whatever it was. If it was a ship or some sort of, it was strobing there and then it disappeared. So yeah, and as far as other weirdness and things that have happened, I mean, I've seen and heard weird things in the woods at night, but that you never know with that type of stuff. You never know. No ghosts yet, but you never know here, man. South Jersey, it's unexplainable. So there's my VR to you, Mr. Redcoat, and hey, just keep up the good work. Love watching your stuff. So from the first mate and the captain, until we do it again, let's set sail.